Hey guys, Tyler with American Wrap Company. So today we're shooting a full wash video for you guys, and due to all the noise that I make via the pressure washer and compressed air and everything, we just felt it was easiest to do a voiceover. So in the video, I'm just talking over the footage and just kind of walking you step by step through what I'm doing, talking about the products I'm using, and kind of explaining, everything that we do when we're doing a full car wash on paint protection film or ceramic coating. So really appreciate you guys watching our videos. I hope you find these helpful. So the first thing you want to do when you're getting ready to wash your car is mix up your foam cannon. Most foam cannons are about 200 milliliters of soap, and you fill the rest up with water. I also like to prep the rest of our tools, fill up the wheel tool bucket, make sure my wash mitts are clean, make sure my rinse bucket's full, make sure all my wheel chemicals are topped off and ready. I don't really like to start washing a car without having my gear ready. The first thing we always like to do when we're washing a car is start with the wheels. They're always the dirtiest, and that way your paint isn't sitting wet or misted while you're cleaning the wheels. Solution diluted 50-50 or 1-to-1 in the wheel wells, Wise Guy on the tires. On the first wheel, I started to use Cool Guy tire and wheel cleaner, and my wheels are ceramic coated, so on the rest of the wheels I switched it up to Wise Guy diluted 1-to-1. There's no point in wasting Cool Guy on really ceramic coated wheels because it frankly just doesn't need them. The brake dust just sheds right off super easy. Using the wheel woolly to get into every nook and cranny. We also have a lug nut brush, helps get into the tighter areas. Smaller wheel woolies to get into the tighter areas. But again, when you have ceramic coating on your wheels, especially if you have steel brakes, really just makes it a lot easier. It doesn't really require very much effort to get them clean. Do a very thorough rinse. I always like to really rinse my wheels well, especially after a track day. Get all the rubber off the barrel, clean them out really well, blast out the fender liners really well. One thing I see a lot of people do wrong when washing a car is they don't do a good initial pre-rinse. I really like to pre-rinse all the cracks and crevices of the body really, really well, and just make sure there's no dust and dirt and grime that could potentially roll out of, the cracks and crevices when you're actually taking a mitt to the car. So I usually spend the most time rinsing before and after I actually soap the car. Really just, attention to detail and trying to get every little area possible. There's no right or wrong way to foam a car. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just want to get as much foam on the car as you can. Basically get the whole car covered. Sometimes I shoot foam on the wheels and up in the wheel liners, depending on how dirty the car is. The M2 was mostly just dusty when we filmed this video, so I didn't really worry about blasting foam on the wheels and whatnot. So when you're using a wash mitt, one huge thing that you guys need to remember to do is always wash top down. Start on half the roof. You can do some of the glass, then rinse the mitt. Do the other half of the roof, some more glass, rinse the mitt. But I really want you to remember to utilize a top-down method and really stick with that when you're washing a car. I also like to just do straight line passes. I don't like to go in circles, especially on a ceramic coated car. Going in circles, if you do happen to pick up any dust or dirt, it's really just going to increase the chances of potentially putting swirls back into the paint. So top down, rinse your mitt often. I would say per half big panel or per normal size panel like a door or a fender. Very thorough post rinse after you're done scrubbing and foaming. Blast all that foam out of there. Again, pay attention to the cracks and crevices. Really just make sure you get all the contamination off the surface. I feel like a lot of people don't rinse well enough when they're washing a car. I always prefer to dry cars indoors if possible. If you don't have access to a garage or some sort of indoor area you can work on your car, just try to wash and dry in the shade, especially if you're not using filtered water. If you're using filtered water, it's a lot safer in the sun, but I still prefer to just do it in the shade. Really helps prevent water spots, and the car's not heating up. It's easier to get it streak free. So overall, if you can wash and dry, you know, wash outside, dry inside, works out a lot better. You get a better result. Same thing when you're drying, try to always work top down. Don't ever hesitate to have a couple of the double twisters drying towels on deck and go through a few if you need to. For an average size car like the M2, it takes about one towel. And I'm just trying to do a bulk dry, just, you know, get the majority of the water off the surface. I'm not really worried about every little droplet because we're gonna chase it here in a sec with compressed air. And with compressed air, I like to use one of the low pile towels, you know, just a general purpose good microfiber towel. And with the compressed air, I like to go over every nook and cranny of the car, really blasting it out really, really well. That way you can just get everything and get all the water out of there. I really hate when I drive away in a car and, you know, first drive, you got water streaks going every which way. So again, if you're working at home, this is where the Master Blaster Sidekick little handheld blower works really well. I prefer that over a leaf blower just because the leaf blower is big and bulky and I'm always afraid to whack a car with it. So the Master Blaster handheld is a really good option if you don't have air compressor, but it doesn't take much volume with an air compressor to, you know, really do the trick. So after every time I wash a car, I really like to wipe it down with something. So wash, dry, blow out, and then wipe with some sort of detail spray. The detail spray is just gonna pick up any, you know, water droplets or streaks that you left over in your drying process. For this video, I was using Ignition by Shine Supply. Great high-speed, quick detail spray on ceramic coated cars or ceramic coated paint. I would definitely recommend Punch It. I use Punch It a lot on the M2, but today I just felt like using Ignition. It's a super easy to use product, very low streak, very, very slick. I really like how slick and hydrophobic it feels, which is really nice. When I'm wiping the car down too, I always like to wipe down the jams in the trunk, in the doors, under the hood. Pretty much whatever detail spray I'm using, I wipe down as much of the car as I can, top to bottom. Diffusers, exhaust tips, anything and everything I can reach, I'm usually wiping down with the detail spray. Just really helps make the next wash easier and, you know, keeps everything looking good. You don't get that built up grime over time in the door jams and just all the cracks and crevices. If you just put forth a little extra effort and stay on top of it, really makes it, you know, upkeep and easy, keeps your car looking good for the long haul. Now on to dressing the tires. We like to use Shine Supply Decked Out. We're just using a microfiber applicator pad. Decked Out's diluted 1-to-1 or 50% water, 50% decked out. I like to dress all 4 tires and then go back to the tire I started with my dressing on and wipe the wheel down. So we'll go around all 4 corners of the car, and then on ceramic coated wheels, I really like to use Punch It. Punch It is gonna help keep any ceramic coated surface just recharged with SiO2 and just make the next time you go to clean the car or it gets really dirty and you need to wash it, just really makes the next time's cleanup really easy. And it, like I said, keeps the ceramic coating recharged, so it's helps extend the lifespan of the coating, and it's like lotion for the coating. So for all the ceramic coated parts on your car, you're gonna wanna use Shine Supply Punch It. It's our go-to. As you can see, one wheel barely even got the towel dirty. And then after I wipe all the wheels down, I like to level the tire dressing, so that way you don't get any sling. Spray away glass cleaner, you can get it from Home Depot. It's very cheap, cost effective, and it's safe on window tint. It's alcohol based, so there's no ammonia in it. Won't damage window tint, so that's definitely our go-to with a couple low pile microfiber towels, and one towel wet, one towel dry. Do the whole window with the wet towel and then go back over it with the dry towel. It helps if you're in a well-lit area. That way you can see any streaks and really address them before it goes outside and gets hot. And that's it, guys. That's pretty much the whole wash process. I really appreciate you watching our videos. I hope it was helpful. Few things to remember: just always work top down. Really make sure when you're scrubbing the car with your wash mitt, just do passes side to side, no circles. Try to dry it inside of a garage or in the shade. Compressed air is really helpful if you have access to it. Otherwise, get yourself a Master Blaster Sidekick. Adams Polishes also makes one. Blow out all the cracks and crevices, dress everything with a detail spray, get your jams, and then do your wheels with decked out and punch it. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Do us a huge favor, drop us a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, tell your friends. Thank you.